Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
New for you at noon, the Grand Forks Police Department has released the type of vehicle they believe hit and killed a woman earlier this year, and they are offering a reward for information. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jordan Schreier. This happened on April 7th by I-29 and Demers Avenue. The results of the testing that was done on pieces found at the scene conclude that a Nissan Murano was most likely the vehicle involved in the crash that killed 39-year-old Christina Melvin. Other potential vehicles include a Nissan Rogue, a Nissan X-Trail, and a Nissan Quest. Officials believe the debris likely came from the front right corner of the vehicle and possibly the hood. A $5,000 reward is being offered for any information that leads to the arrest of whoever was driving the vehicle involved. Also new at noon, funeral arrangements have been set for the Perham native killed in the Black Hawk helicopter crash. The funeral for Charlie Nord will be at Perham High School this coming Monday at 11. A visitation is set for Sunday and for right before the funeral. Nord and 2 other people died when a helicopter crashed in Kimball, Minnesota earlier this month. He leaves behind a young daughter and his wife. A GoFundMe has been set up to help with funeral expenses, and you can find that by going to our website. Taking that live look outside right now, you can't necessarily tell it just from looking out there, but you sure do feel it when you walk outside. It is a cold December day out there. To see just how chilly we are this afternoon, let's check on in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Yeah, it's frigid, and it was an even colder start. Here's a look at our morning lows. We got down to 16 below in Fargo. Grand Forks beat everybody, if we want to call it that, winning the forecast here at 25 below for your low temperatures last night. And we went down to 22 below in Candu, 20 below in Langdon. So just some frigid conditions. Over in Park Rapids as well, we had 20 below for your temperatures. So cold, not quite setting records. In fact, we're several degrees off of that in several locations. So it can be colder. We're just not used to seeing those kind of temperatures yet this season. And looking at your wind chills right now, we've got some numbers that are still into the 20s to even some 30s below zero. So it's still almost as frigid as it was this morning. 25 below your wind chill in Fargo, 29 below in Grand Forks. And our current temperatures, we have warmed up. We're at 8 below in Fargo and 12 below in Grand Forks, but of course still it's not warm out there. We're going to see some more rise in the temperatures, but not much. We keep the sunshine around until it sets tonight, and we try to hold steady for a little while once we see those temperatures dip initially, but we're really going to watch them bottom out by the time we head to morning. So more details on that and when we'll see some warmer weather coming up in just a little bit.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. And this cold has made for some pretty slick roads out there. This morning, multiple cars crashed on the 12th Avenue North Bridge by NDSU, causing traffic to back up in that area. At least 3 vehicles were involved. The extent of injury is unknown at this time. And at that same time, authorities were responding to a rollover by I-29 and 13th Avenue South. That's close to West Acres Mall. Traffic also slowed in that area while crews worked to clean up the scene. Injuries at this crash are unknown as well. The Stutsman County Sheriff's Office plans to expand its search today for a woman who has been missing since Sunday night. They say 63-year-old Sonia Hindley of Buchanan was last seen around 7 that night after leaving her son's home a few miles from her own. They believe she was driving a tan 2003 Buick LeSabre, similar to the one on your screen. It has North Dakota plates 183 AVF. Call the Stutsman County Sheriff's Office or your local law enforcement if you have any information about it. We have to issue a correction on a story regarding Cat's Cradle in Fargo. Previously, we said the shelter may have to euthanize healthy cats because it has so many in its care, but that's not the case. Cat's Cradle will not put down healthy animals, and we have more on how you can help the shelter if you just head to our website. An E. coli outbreak linked to a brand of bagged salad mix includes a reported case in North Dakota, although it's unclear at this time where in the state this case happened. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say the product in question is the Fresh Express Sunflower Crisp Chopped Salad Kits. There are 8 confirmed cases, including 4 in Minnesota. The CDC says 3 victims were hospitalized, but there are no reported deaths. The product is not under a recall at this time, but people are urged not to eat or sell the salad mix with the identifying information. Now we have more information at valleynewslive.com. Just click on the hot button. House Democrats are moving forward with articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump. They made it official this morning. Laura Podesta breaks down the next steps.
House Democrats have decided to move ahead with 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump: abuse of power and obstruction of Congress.
Charging the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, with committing high crimes and misdemeanors. We must be clear. No one, not even the President, is above the law.
They claim the president abused his power by using a White House meeting and hundreds of millions of dollars in military aid for Ukraine as leverage for an investigation into former Vice President Joe Biden. House Democrats also allege the president blocked subpoenas and documents across the executive branch as part of the investigation. The Judiciary Committee could consider the charges as soon as this week, and the full House could vote by next week.
On an issue like this, we don't count the votes. People will just do what they do. I've never asked anybody, were they for the inquiry? Are they for going forward?
Yesterday, the Judiciary Committee held a nearly 10-hour hearing.
Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States, abused the power of his office.
Let me tell you, those that think you've done something special here, you have set the bar so low, I'm afraid it's irreparable.
The president tweeted this morning to impeach a president who has proven through results, including producing perhaps the strongest economy in our country's history, to have one of the most successful presidencies ever, and most importantly, who has done nothing wrong, is sheer political madness. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
The Judiciary Committee could consider the charges as soon as this week, and the full House could vote by next week. The full House does have a scheduled winter break, though, starting next Friday. In our consumer alert this afternoon, a new survey shines light on holiday debt. The holiday spending survey from Union Bank finds 1 in 3 Americans will go into debt this holiday season, and they say it will take them almost 6 months to pay off. 3 in 4 are concerned they'll overspend, and 4 in 10 say they feel pressured to spend money on people they really don't want to during the holidays. Half of Americans say they will spend less in January to compensate. To accommodate for an increase in people traveling this December, U.S. Airlines is adding 88,000 seats per day. That equals out to 884 more flights per day. 47.5 million passengers are expected to fly on U.S. Airlines over the next 18-day winter holiday travel period, from Thursday, December 19th through Sunday, January 5th. The busiest expected travel days are going to be December 20th, 21st, 26th, and 27th.